I don't know what made me think about this, but have you ever had the experience of coming to get to know someone and really enjoying their company? And then you find out some piece about them that completely changes your view of them. I think the most defining thing that this happens with me about is a Democrat Republican thing. You know, like I get to know someone and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm a Republican, and I feel like that changes my whole view of who they are and what I think they're about. You know, first of all, I think it's weird. Like I don't think they're like in my mind. There's like not a Republican in the city of Chicago, which clearly isn't the case. And since I've been so all about Craig Ferguson lately, I actually just saw a rerun of him and talking about how he is, super close friends with Drew Carey, but how both of them are completely different, in basically every way almost, especially in regards to politics. That Drew's a big Republican, and obviously Craig's not. But that Craig likes that because it forces him to, think about different things, but that yet they're still friends despite their difference of opinion. And I guess it just challenges my my tendency to be black and white. It challenges my tendency to be all or nothing. To be like, well, if you say that you are this or you believe this, then I know all about you, or you must think all of these things. Um, I will say this, and I looked it up to make sure that I was right. I remember several years back the fact that Frank Thomas, famous White Sox player, came out and was like, I grew up in a family of Democrats, but, I vote straight Republican now. And he based this basically on the fact that he made a shit ton of money now. And I guess, I really, when I went to do this vlog, I really was like, put yourself in the position. If you made millions and millions of dollars, wouldn't you find a way, or wouldn't you want to keep it, or keep more of it? But honestly, no. I mean, if I had that much, it means more to me that I get 30% of my paycheck taken because I don't have very much of a paycheck. Well, right now I don't have very much of one at all, but it means more to me now because I don't have much of one. But if I had that much money, I guess I'm a socialist. I really am a share the wealth type of person, Like, I don't know. I just feel like I'd be more less caring about it. And this is not to say, and this is where I get caught up in black and white thinking. This isn't to say that people who have a lot of money aren't generous with their money, or that they don't give it away, or that they don't care about other people. And I think that's where my mind tends to go. My mind tends to go because I hear people say things that disturb me about healthcare and about education and about what they think it means to not be a Republican, what they think it means to be a Democrat. Not everyone who's a Democrat is a socialist. Not everyone who's a Democrat is like me, for God's sake. So I think people have a lot to learn. I think we all have a lot to learn about sharing differences of opinion. And it was weird. I had an experience for 8 years. I was very anti-Bush. But I think the man wasn't very smart, or he didn't act very smart. I don't know who the real George W. Bush was, but the man who was my president, I didn't like. And the way he acted, I didn't like. And there are people who, for years, both when he was president and when his father was president, would tell you that you should respect the president and you should, be deferential to the president. And I was somewhere the other day, and people said, like, well, they didn't like Obama. And there was a part of me that was like, you don't like Obama? First of all, I love Obama. I think he's so smooth and suave and sexy. I like him like almost like, even if he wasn't our president, I would like him. But there was a part of me that was like, he's Obama. He's our president. Now that I like the guy, you can't say bad things about my president. I don't know. It's funny. I'm a woman of two minds. There are so many times that I hold two equally and opposite things true in my mind. And they are true, and they feel both right to me. I think I think that's why I for as passionate as I am, and as opinionated as I am, and as much often as I want to be right, when push comes to shove, I think it's why I also can be very fair, and I can see both sides of a story. It was always why I could write good, like opinion papers or whatever, because I could always see the other point of view and argue against it, or at least see exactly where it was coming from, and then speak to it at least. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm speaking to this. I think people should be taken care of. I think people who have more should give to those who don't. I just do. I think it's fishes and loaves. I think people who really believe in Christianity and the words of the Bible and the words of Christ, if they truly are followers of Christ, I think they should take a lesson from that and from him. It's fishes and loaves. There's enough to go around. There's always enough to go around. I can't tell you the number of times I've thought there's not going to be enough to go around at this potluck or this party or this event. And there's always enough to go around. And sometimes, most of the time, nearly all of the time, it's just like the story, the parable of the fishes and the loaves. What seems to be not enough, not near enough, all of a sudden turns into a ridiculous amount, way more than enough, an extra amount. Not only enough to take care of what we need, but a surplus. It's exactly like it happens in the parable. It's exactly like having 2 fishes and 2 loaves or 5 loaves or whatever. And then by the end of the meal, the disciples look and they're like, Jesus, we can't feed these hordes of people on these 2 fishes and these 5 loaves. What are you talking about? But by the time it's done, not only do they feed everyone, but they look and they have baskets full of bread left. There's extra. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen many times. I think when we want to keep things for ourselves, it's purely out of fear. It's fear that we're not going to have enough. And trust me, I have been in that state most of my life, fearing I'm not going to have enough and I'm not going to get what I want. It just manifests itself differently. I don't know. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but it is what it is. So